milestone that you hope to achieve as NOC? In a nutshell, what are some of the issues that you think you need to achieve between now and 2028? Because you've given a quite elaborate program of 6 years.
One of the things we've done and we've shared with the Sports Journalists Association of Kenya today is that we are looking at, we want to transform the way we approach major games. We want to move away from event-based to performance-based. What I mean by event-based is where we prepare for an event, go for it, come back, unpack, and everyone rests. We are saying between now all the way to whatever target we have. And right now we are looking at the Paris 2024 Olympics and very closely on the LA Olympics in 2028. So we are saying each and every program, each and every event we are going to be involved in, each and every international assignment will all tie towards what we want to achieve. So we've shared with the journalists, even as they cover a lot of the sports events, because they are literally everywhere in Kenya, whether they'll be going to check federation sports, where they'll be checking our own events, where they're looking at qualifiers, to know that there's a long-term approach to it, to know that even the team which will go to Commonwealth, their target is much more beyond Commonwealth. Yes, we expect good results. Yes, for some, as a country, we might need to be patient with them so that we give them time to build up, especially if it's a young upcoming team. The others, we need to have good performance immediately in Commonwealth, but the longer term aspect is that we want to start preparing for Olympics now. So today was to share the aspect that it's a change of focus, it's a change of strategy. We want to ensure it's performance-based. The second thing which we shared is that for Commonwealth and for every other international event where the National Olympic Committee is involved, we want to ensure that it is the best Kenyan who represents. We've engaged our federations as our affiliates, we've had meetings with them, and we've agreed that there are two things we should be looking for in criteria, which the criteria should bring out the best Kenyan. The second thing, the criteria should be public. Everybody should know what criteria is being used. And most importantly, it should be understandable by the players or the athletes. That way we know when all this happens, then every Kenyan knows that whatever they do, wherever they are working from, they have the best chance or they have an equal chance as any other person to represent the country.
One of the things that you spoke about again is introduction of technology, especially sports science, to help you gauge these players and to get the best out of them. How far are you willing to go, and what has been put in place to ensure that whatever we are doing in terms of sports science gives us the results that will guide the coaches in how to mentor these players?
Sports science is something we are saying as a National Olympic Committee we must embrace because it has several things. First, in terms of data, we need to know what data we have. Some of the people have shared, yes, there is data which is resident in different places. Now we want to be able to have a national data for our top athletes, the elite. We want to be able to know what was the status of our teams before a major competition, so that we can be able to compare with the next event. What are some of this technology we can be able to employ to be able to make assessment of the preparedness of any Kenyan athlete traveling. So by the time a coach makes a decision on who to drop and who to pick, it's not based on purely subjective feelings. It's something which can be matched, where the player can be shown you are supposed to attain a certain level of fitness, you are supposed to attain a certain level of performance. This is what you've done, this was our target, and your partner is doing much better, so we are going to select that person. Even if somebody is dropped from the team, they know what they're going to work on. And we believe just by looking at statistics which are science-based, by employing technology and there are a lot of the partners who are willing to come on board to support us on technology. There are a lot of different gadgets and instruments our teams can be able to use. If we are able to embrace and start using that, we'll start changing our sport from where it is to move it to the next level.
Final question from me. If you look at our qualifications for Commonwealth Games, hockey women have qualified. Does this come as a surprise to you, and does it add headache to you, or this is good news for you in terms of participation of Team Kenya?
Probably one of the best news we've had is this week. All of us know under what circumstances the Kenya hockey team participated. Both teams, they traveled last minute, they missed out on one of the matches, they were still able to get a bronze. And then yesterday, as luck would have it, they have been included in the team. That just shows how much talent we have in Kenya. it shows how much we can be able to do. And for us as a National Olympic Committee, we are very proud that we'll be sending a team sport. A lot of times as a nation, when you look at individual sports, we can say it's individual effort. It's maybe the parent or a coach or somebody. But to put up team sport, it needs a system, it needs a structure. So to be able to see that more and more we are sending team sports, it means then our systems, our structures are improving. We are still a long way, but we are on the road, and that's most important. And we are very proud, and we want to congratulate the Kenya Hockey Ladies team. We are looking forward. We're immediately engaging with them from Monday so that they can catch up with the other preparations we've had with the other affiliates. But we are looking forward. We know that will be great for them, but also it will also be a great motivation. And we are telling athletes, yes, it can be done. Talent is immense in the country. We just need to look for resources to be able to support that talent.
Mutuku, like I asked you earlier on, there's some sports that were added to the Olympics: skateboarding, breakdancing, mountain climbing, I think sport climbing. What is NOC's position on that as far as Kenyans are concerned? Obviously, we know lots of young Kenyans would like to go to Paris and do breakdancing. I don't know, what can people expect from you from the organization?
The International Olympic movement is embracing a lot of sports, especially what you'd call the youthful sports, breakdancing, skateboarding, mountain climbing. As a National Olympic Committee, we are completely supportive of that program. First is because we need to engage the youth. The youth now are coming up with different ways in which they want to occupy their time, in which they want to express themselves. And some of these sports are cognizant of that youthfulness and that youthfulness energy which needs to be employed in different places. We are saying, come up. We are calling for the people administering these sports because we know already some on board. We are telling them, please come and have the interest of those players. They are young, they are ambitious, they want to do the best. We'll support them. We'll start preparing. We are hoping that we can be able to send teams in the next Olympics. But as we've said, the qualification program, the training starts now. So let's have everybody come on board. Let's all work together so that in the next Olympics, we have more of a youthful Kenyans participating in this new inclusion of sports in the Olympic program.
Mutuku, you said about breakdancing, how hard it has been for the committee to support them or kickstart the program for the 2024. What's the situation? Why is it so hard for the committee to?
Yes, unfortunately, just like we've experienced with a few of our federations, they saw with the issue of leadership problem, where you have different factions, each claiming leadership. It's very unfortunate that for a new sport, which everyone is excited and wants to move forward, that has slowed down the progress because different people are claiming leadership. But we are saying leadership is about service. So if somebody claims to be an administrator or a leader in sports, we want to see what they are serving and how they are serving. And if everybody's interest is the sports people, then there will be no differences. So we are calling on also the breakdancing team, administrators to come together so that we can be able to support them. And we are ready to support them if they are one unit. We are unable to support if it's different units because you never know which one it is, and they are the experts in their own field. So we need to work when they are united, and our support is always available to get the Kenyans going forward.
Previous attempts to reach out to them?
We've had meetings, we even organized particular events. We are still aiming for that. Our policy has been inclusivity. Even if we have about 3 different factions, we've said if there's an event we are going to preside over and patronize, then it has to include everybody. We had scheduled one last year, unfortunately did not pick up. The efforts are still on because we feel it's important that we bring them together. Then the best of the team which will come, that the team will work with to be able to prepare them for the Olympics.
Thank you.
On the final term of the presidency, the NOC elections gives 2 points. Luckily for us, the president has already achieved what is anticipated, like the way the ministry, everybody right now is working very hard, but then like I said, and you all know the terms are normally defined by the president directly. Now, the other president qualification, we don't need to do anything. But they go fight their way at 2 weeks. What the steering committee is considered that they can approve budgets. We already have the success, brings more and more success. Accreditation, be able to give that. The last one is gender. We must have 4 having qualified. And you all know what that team went to be. It will be, we are hoping as many organizations, they are willing to send them. They send the name to us, into one of the teams, which has to be around the team, and that's the media. We come, they were waiting, And finally they go, they miss 1 month and they still end up with.
You all know me, I believe, but well, you don't. Sorry, my name is Mutuku. Your organizing secretary. See that we have a single kuwa na mikakati chama sana ningeshiba. Nilibatizwa Judy, very lovely. I have several others because nakumbuka mimi first.
And everybody of us must give importance to this. On the media, on television, on radio, they have to speak about it. Because the most important thing is that we journalists sometimes we are not able to promote ourselves. And this allow me to tell is we don't ask any money even to the National Association because we could help at least to the National Association to pay the travel, not the accommodation of the rest, but we don't ask anybody anything. And we choose the people on the basis of the curriculum that we receive from them. And we try always to go in the area where there is not so many possibility, financial possibility to help. But in the future, I was thinking also to help in another way also to create the possibility that some of our mentors can come from, for example, in Kenya for 3 days, 4 days, where they can make the same kind of lesson during a special event, even in Kenya, with many Kenyan young reporters, because this is another solution. But after to choose the best for something abroad and to have an experience of also on a big international event. I think that this can be the new era for our young reporter. Something done in a bigger scale in international condition and something for few people the best international. What do you think? I look in your face and I think that you are not so sure.
Yeah, we are sure. Another. Ukisikiza hiyo ngoma like when you're 15 nani utajua. We are an association. Sports journalists. I know that other associations receive grants from NOC.
Fungua njia. So niko na majina tu mengi. I love sports. So I'm a sports journalist.
But then all the other decisions are made between the media house. We say, while I'm around with my colleagues Steffi and James. So it's we're expecting them to do well 4 years down the line. Then we are patient with them. Give us your rankings. If one of their rankings, top ranking, is below 100, another one is below 200.
And also because we are in Vasha, he loves high.
So these are some of it we're looking at in terms of the timeline for activities.
The challenge.
Yeah.
Jana, we were in a very good training, and we said women should learn
to go to the big stage. When they go to the big stage, doors are open for different boards that they can continue with. So we are saying we have comparative advantage in certain sports. Can we identify them? Can we develop them? Can we work on them? Is it easier to work with youngsters? Yes, it's easier to work with them because their discipline is pretty good. They're still young and a lot of technical skills can be made to represent our team. As you all know, I represent 13 executive members, but beyond the 13 executive members is the 27 affiliates who are either in the Olympic or Commonwealth family. So thank you so much for this. Today I'll just take you through what we are planning, what we are doing, and what our thoughts are like, so that we can be able to work closer, move further,
be able to do more. Sport is a very nice thing, and we are all privileged to be. Thank you and good morning.
Good morning.
I think I should have been given what you guys took yesterday.
Okumu.